Thank you very much, EpicSkillshot. Before we dive into the analysis, some good news for the people here on the desk. Now with this, H2K, Vitality, and G2 have locked their place in playoffs, so congratulations, gentlemen.
Easy.
Easy.
There you go.
GG, well played.
Not a good news.
Yeah, you would get banned if you say that in game. This does also mean that there are only 3 spots left in those playoffs. When you look at the performance of OG today, you would say, okay, they deserve that spot. How close do you think they are to it?
I mean, I assume it's already pretty locked in. I mean, that like it sounds like I'm being cocky for OG, but I feel like, yeah, they're going to be in playoffs and we're preparing for that.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely agree. Like, Origen Splyce was actually a really important game in terms of who gets, like, for sure the 6th place. So now that there's a little bit more of control for Origen in case, like, they lose some games, right? But I think now, like, it's a little bit settled who goes to playoff.
Splyce could also still make that, honestly.
Oh.
Let's reflect on both teams' performance here, because you wanted to take a look at the mid-game team fight in the mid lane, which showed kind of OG in his best form, and unfortunately Splyce in not that good of a form.
Yeah, I mean, so this is the fight that Splyce kind of need. Like, they get the TP flank and LeBlanc's not there. However, I think they just have a big miscommunication. Like, they don't know who to go for. They kind of go for Amazing there, and they leave, like, Sven, who's always been the big carry of OG. So I think the idea was there, but the execution was really bad. And after that, like, now OG has the map open, and the team fight's already gone.
Yeah, the idea was really good, right? The Origen set up a 1-3-1, so the only moment where you can take a 1-3-1 is just to engage in mid when the side lanes are not set up. So like the TP was really good, and then after, when you have like Lee Sin, Alistar and Lucian, I think it's pretty obvious who you should focus. And like even, I don't know if he had flash on the, I can't see it, but like if he has flash, but you should instantly go on Lucian. He doesn't have cleans, doesn't have anything, no QSS on Alistar, I mean no Michaels. So it made sense for me, but the team fight was pretty poor, and sometimes, well, it's what happened.
Sven had QSS and he had flash, but it's still, they're running a 1-3-1 like you said. So they have 3 damage dealers. If Sven flashes out, QSS is cool. They have the only damage dealer left is Quinn, who's like short range 80 carry. So I still think, although, yeah, he had the QSS flash, which might kind of deter you from focusing him, it was still half of the damage in that team fight. LeBlanc didn't come until the end.
And even if he has QSS, as you said, you didn't see it, but you get the damage output, right?
Yeah.
Like it removes the CC, but you get like the ultimate, probably the W and the Q of Lissandra. So it makes you like maybe 20% HP, because Lissandra has decent damage with Abyssal. So he would have been out of the fight in similar ways. So then after you can focus on other people, but not on Lee Sin.
Yeah, just not Lee Sin, man.
That's the idea, not on Lee Sin, right?
Of course, Yamato is coaching this team. Is this one of those things that you have to keep hammering on, a team fight like this and those individual mistakes? Because in the end, you have to get rid of those before you can step further. And Yamato, we know, has big ideas about how the game should be played and has come out for that. How should you handle that with a young team, probably?
I mean, looking at that fight, I think the first talk I would have is, discussing the QSS versus Lissandra. Like, it does seem scary as a Lissandra player to go against QSS, but it's really not a big deal. Like, the goal in that team fight was, abuse the numbers advantage, forcing Sven out even if you can't kill him, reinforces the numbers you have. So I would kind of like pressure, like, the QSS doesn't make or break Lissandra. Like, we can play around it. And choosing targets, I don't know if it was called to go on Lee Sin or if it was just they didn't want to go on Sven, but they kind of have to go through why that team fight needed to happen and who needed to die during it, kind of thing.
And you have also what we didn't talk about is this Gangplank ultimate. So it's like a really big factor, right? Like it does like mostly magic damage. So like you need it a little bit in the comps. So like when you put this ultimate to zone people, reminds me a little bit of a Bard ultimate or like even Anivia wall, right? It's like you don't want to go into the GP ult, so you have to connect a little bit before, but like GP ult is not like that. It's just you put it in the middle of the fight.
I think it had to be a misclick. Like, I don't think anyone can argue that that's the correct way to use GP ult.
I mean, yeah, that's the kind
I said it was, but I'm of course the silver scrub. I thought, hey, he's zoning them off so they come in and they can team fight into
just
him.
Silver linings, but yeah, GP ult is like massive slow, and it like actually will just solo you as like an AD carry if you just sit in it. So you actually have to move.
So you actually have to eat, like for Lucian, you just like go back or even flash out if you get like a little bit too scared. And then after all disconnect, so if you don't have GP ultimate, GP is the scaling champion, so his ultimate is a big factor in the mid game. Yeah. Then the barrel damage cannot like be the biggest factor in the team fight. So then after you probably have a lost team fight, and then Queen is really good at just rotating really fast when you miss something. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that team fight's really important because later in the game, their only engage was really Lissandra. Like, Braum is going to be kind of secondary. Elise is kind of secondary. She has to hit a skill shot. So pretty much their engage was like, yeah, GP ult into Lissandra. And as people get QSSs, it gets harder. Yeah, it's not end of the world, but if everyone gets it now, like everyone has free MR, Lissandra's burst goes down. She's not the highest scaling. She just has good CC. So the team fights get harder and harder as the game goes on for Splyce. So I think I'll go back saying like the idea was right. They needed to make that call. They just needed to play it correctly there, and then the next team fights would be easier and easier.
Yeah.
So that's the point. You should talk as if you're Yamato.
Enrico,
right?
so
Yeah,
I
that was
hope
the
he
question.
watches the VOD and then he can just show
Yeah.
what. No, I'm
But
sure
yeah,
he
but
knows what to do
we're
in this
talking about
situation.
Soaz Wunderer matchup.
Yeah.
Soaz show up with the counter pick into
Definitely.
GP. So GP again a loss, right? So
Yeah.
GP is not overpowered guys anymore. So leave it to us.
Yeah,
And
you
the
did some
idea
mind
is that
games here.
Quid is really good into the matchup, and once you get snowballed, Soaz played really well.
Yep.
You rushed Phantom Dancer, which is interesting, right? We talked a bit about this, and that makes you like just really hard to catch, and really like pressure-wise, it's really good.
Yeah, I think the trade-off normally is rapid fire cannon is normally like second item, or
A bit nerfed,
or Ma or something. Yeah, so I think after the nerf, it becomes like, do you want the extra poke in a team fight where you get the extra long range, or do you want the straight 1v1 where you get the damage reduction? So I think that's actually a pretty decent item build change on Quinn now, is getting Phantom Dancer over Fire Cannon, because yeah, you want to make her 1v1s extra good. You don't really want to make her team fights better.
Yeah, and it showed in the end. Soaz took over this game, and Origen takes home a win. We still got one game left on the slate today between the Unicorns of Love and Roccat. Don't touch that browser. There's more European LCS coming your way right after this.
Feel my chair vibrate for literally 10 seconds. That was the longest fart ever.
You know, camera's on you, my friend.
God.
Why?
Why? Can we replace him? Noxix already joined the team.
It's okay, we can take...
Grapple?
No, we can take Babeta.
Oh, the barrel goes down as well. Soaz, maybe with the counterplay, the support from Mythi's not coming in. Soaz will get the kill. Power of Evil's looking for a target. Defensive flash away from Soaz, and Power of Evil forces Kobe away, but doesn't get the kill.
No, I'm walking. I'm coming through wolves. I'm coming through wolves with flash combo. I'm coming through wolves. I get this guy. The 3-man combo.
3-man knock up into a double pinball strike. The Glacial Fissure comes out. There's a lot of AoE damage. And Origen take down Splyce.